Welcome to Pat's Picks. This is the $50 challenge. Thank you so much for coming by. Today is episode 5, and I am grateful for green today. Very happy to walk away with green. Couple small trades, but I will take them. The account was up 13% today. I made 2 trades, both same day till expire. And you can see trade number 1 for 33% and trade 2 for 14%. Like I said, small base hits adding up there. But I was very busy and had limited time to trade. So, overall, I was just happy to get in and out of the market. But, man, if I would have held on to these trades, these things just rip. So I'll show you what these contracts did. I'm not even sure where they peaked at, so we'll kind of find out together. But before I get into that, please smash that like button and please subscribe if you're new. I greatly appreciate it. Here we go. Looking at the 15-minute chart, you can see we finally broke out of this range that we're basically stuck in for a few days. You can see 1, 2, 3, 3.5 trading days, that gapped up pre-market. So 3 solid days. We're in a pretty tight range, and finally we broke out of this range today. This morning in Discord, I said I was really looking for that break over 450-150 before I got into a trade, and you can see it broke out without me in the room, and then I saw it kind of bounce around a little bit and kind of got in at support. And let's just zoom in here on the 1-minute chart so you can see a little bit better here. So at 10:42 I got into that first trade, and this was that breakout that I was really talking about, looking for that move over 450-150. So you can see right out of the gate this morning, nice little pop, came back down, consolidated, built support here, which is kind of that previous level of resistance from pre-market this morning. And then we got that breakthrough, and right at 450-150 is really where we started to see some momentum. We had that first test of it right here. I was just kind of watching, and at this point I was not really ready to take a trade. When it finally breaks through that resistance point, I don't want to be the first one to the trade. You don't want to get faked out. It's very easy to get faked out. So the best thing you can do is wait for that move to happen and watch for it to pull back and kind of bounce around, find support. And then once it makes that second go at it, that's when I like to get in. But as you can see, that's where I would have liked to get in, right around here. But again, wasn't in the room. So I ended up getting in right here, which was the nice start of an uptrend. So in at 10:42, out at 11:10. So held this for about a half hour. And because it was such a small contract, even though it was a nice trend, it only gave me 33%. So from 3 to 4, nothing too crazy, but being very conservative today. I didn't want to hold things too long and let things go green to red. With the account being as small as it is, it's just not worth the risk. So, depending on your account size, you kind of have to choose how risky you want to be. Today would have been one of those days where I could have just bought these 450 calls basically any time during the day and held on and made some big moves. But, that's the way it goes. Last week, that's basically the trading strategy I took the last 2 days that were big red days. And if I would have traded the exact same way today, I would have had a huge green day. So, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But it's just best to be conservative, lock in those green trades, and, be grateful for green. So anyways, trade number 2, a couple hours later, in at 13:29, out at 13:32. So this one, I was just looking for a quick trade. It was right after lunchtime, and I only had a few minutes, so I was just looking for a nice setup, and we did get it right there. So how I played this one, I saw this attempt to break through right here, and it rejected, came back down and built support right off this level that was that previous level of resistance right here. So I was like, all right, let me just take a chance on this one and get in with, I think I only had about $10 or $11 of buying power left. So got in with $7, which basically at that point I'm like, all right, this is probably the last trade of the day, unless I make another $3 trade. But, running out of time here. I like to trade the beginning half of the day. There's so much more opportunity. And as you get closer to the end of the day, when you're trading same day till expire, the risk is just not worth the reward, especially with a small account. So, you can make some nice trades for sure, but when you're trying to be conservative and just lock in trades quick, it can get real dicey trading small contracts during the end of the day, because they'll go from 10 to 5 to 0 in a matter of 15-20 minutes. That sucks if you're on the wrong end of that. But on the flip side, you can triple your money in that same time frame. So, higher risk, higher reward there. But there you have it for the day. And the market just continued to rip all the way. These 2 calls actually went in the money. And let's take a look and see what they did, shall we? This is gonna burn, but at least I came out green today. Here we go. 1 minute chart. Let's just zoom out a little bit, and you can see right there they peaked at $37. So nothing insane. It's actually not as high as I was thinking. I thought they might have hit 50, but it did take until much later in the day. So there you have it. I could have held them and hit $37, and from 3 to 37. I think that's, well, let's just figure that out. This contract went from, at the low of the day was probably, let's just call it 3 where I got in, all the way to 37. That is 1,037%. If you're new to trading or new to trading options, let this motivate you. For all those people that say you can't trade small accounts, I mean, this just proves that, the proof is in the profit. You can see it right here. Today was one of those days where you could have bought this contract a couple times. You could have bought it again later on here for $5 and still made well over 500%. Things like this happen in the market all the time, almost every single day, except for those choppy days. That's where you have to be careful and watch out. On days like that, that's where you'll just see, just ping-ponging in the small, tight range and just frustrating. But if you're patient and you wait for that right move, this is the kind of potential profit you can make just off of one contract and just one small move. So, if you bought 10 of these, you're making good money right there. So anyways, let's wrap it up. Look at the account, up 13% on the day and just recovering from last week's losses. Very frustrated, but taking those losses as motivation. I learned the most from the red days, and hopefully you guys learned from them too. But anyways, that's all I have. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and I will see you tomorrow.